person. I think that's good. I'm cleaning Sunny's stall because I'm going to strip it completely and then pull the mats up and scrape all of the stuff that's gotten caught. I'm going to get the pool outside. I'm very blind. I need to clean out here as well and rake it. It's not like it's bad, but I have a few poo spots I have to get. Oh my goodness, something buzzed by my ear. I don't know how well you can see, but I'm gonna make that out. Okay. Hi, one person. Sorry, this is not being very interesting yet, but I'm just doing little random things until more people come on, hopefully more people. But I plan on, you can't really tell, but I'm gonna take all the shavings out of her stall. And because right here, it builds up under the mat and then she trips on it and it's really annoying. And then like it's all built up here, and then I'm gonna try and, the walls aren't bad, but I want to just wash them down a little bit and try and clean up some of these cobwebs and stuff. And then out here I just might quickly rake it, since that doesn't usually take long and it's not like it's that bad. But I'll have to clean this up here first. I have to find a good spot to put the phone. Let's see if I can't figure it out. Oh my goodness, there's a spider. I don't like spider. No, thank you. Go away. Okay. There we go. We can put this like that. There. Actually, I'm gonna sneak through and grab the shovel. The shovel makes this a little bit easier. I also should clean up here better. it's not like it's not clean. There's just some stuff that needs to be taken care of. I cleaned up these mats a lot, like a few days ago, so these mats should be good. There. I'll have to find like a shovel and go dig up some of the things over there. Over there. There's just some like weeds that I don't want her eating. Like she hasn't eaten them, but I just don't want to chance it. Because I know there's some poisonous stuff that she can't have. And I don't need more vet bills for her to do something bad. So why risk it? Quite convenient. Manure pile is right here. You can blanket right over to Thea. I kind of leave a little bit of sand on top of this mat, otherwise it'll get caught up underneath it. Hi! I'm cleaning my horse's area because it needs cleaning. That's better. Much cleaner. I have lots of little projects to do, so I'll tell you guys what some of them are. Oh, thank you. So, Sunny's not in here right now. She's actually out in the field over there. You might be able to see her little neck. I don't know, over the cows. But, like, there's these that I should dig up because those are poisonous. And she will try and eat under the fence. I need to drag this a little bit because it's not bad, but not awful. I just cleaned this up a bit. And then under the mat there, that tends to lift and stuff gets under it, so I have to clean it. Okay, have a good sleep. I'm gonna try and dig up those plants though. I'll wash that off later. I also want to braid a new rope. Just using some baling twine so that way I can have these lead ropes if I need them. Because I've been using these as like one of those, oh, I don't know what it's called. Stall guard things? Like, I don't know what they're actually called. Just for the front, because then she can't, like, she can if she tried, but she won't get out. Which is really nice. That she won't get out, but obviously I don't, like, rely on it. But let's just say it saved me from having her getting out. Because there's been times where I've forgotten to lock the gate. And if that thing wasn't there, she would have gotten out. For sure. This is the thing I use to drag her pen because I have nothing else. Because it's a bit too small to get in here with the four-wheeler. And when it's wet, it will sink. But this seems to do just fine. I used to use a pallet, but it didn't really fill in much, and this doesn't really, like, it fills in way better and it levels things better than the pallet did. But like bigger holes I do have to fill in with. Kick some sand over and I'm hooked. This is hard doing one-handed. But like, this is where she likes to roll. So gotta fill that in. It's always more rough right here. Oh dear. So you can see it fills it in better, but it's not perfect. And I don't really think it'll ever get really great. Lately she's been running around back here a lot, so, and it just rains, so nothing is pretty. Like, this is our first nice day after like a week's worth of rain. Okay, maybe a week's worth is a little dramatic, but my point is, there was a lot of rain. I need to get this corner better. This is not dirt. No, we didn't really put too much sand here when we laid it down. And this is just kind of a mud hole, which is my fault because I had to clean her trough, but it'll dry up. We're supposed to get some nice days soon, so. I'm gonna rig this again. Yeah, that's just gonna have to dry up before it's gonna move. I am doing this with my non-dominant hand. This is struggling. She walks a lot, like right here too, so. There's a floof. The cotton everywhere has been so obnoxiously annoying. So if I start sniffling, that's why. And I apologize. She's got grass growing in here. I'm impressed. Raking this is not my most favorite thing to do, but I don't exactly hate it. Like, there's definitely things I'd rather do. So like, this is a spot that I have to go over a couple times. Do a little circle here. Yeah, fill that in. Voila. Better. Sorry, this is a boring live. But this is also the reality of having a horse when you don't have a barn to keep it at, like a luxury barn. And you're doing everything for the most part on your own. So a lot of these things I do have to buy on my own. Like my dad was able to, like I had to buy the fencing, we had the posts, but I had to buy like the yellow clips and the fencing. My uncle was able to put up the barn, or like not put it up because we already had it, but like it was a storage barn at first. But he turned it into more of a usable barn. So like this was like our main whole barn. And this is the chicken coop part, and in the back we stored grain. So this whole middle area was all storage for like extra things, and then where that little like window is, that's partially covered. That was an entrance just like this. And then we had Dutch door, like we didn't use them because they were broken. But we had Dutch doors that we had pieces of. And so like I remember the top part of it was on there. And so like the chickens were here first. We got the chickens first. But so when we did have the chickens, we just kept the door open here. And then we obviously had the hose, but we kept the feed storage where Sunny has her stall, or I mean right here. And then this shelf I think was actually like right here, which I really like that it's over here now because obviously all this. But so we built that. Then when later on we built the baby coop for the baby chickens. But excuse me, I'm already starting to sniffle. But then there's like a bunch of like right here there was a bunch of stuff. So what we ended up doing was we put that yellow board up to protect the water. And then you can kind of see how like the hose just goes along the rafter here. And then we put that light in. There's already like electricity in here. It's hooked to an outlet that's up there. But we put that light in just for some lighting because we didn't have any. And then they cut out this spot here for this door. And then we took the old Dutch doors and we put them here with chains on them to lock them. And then my dad laid under these mats, so from like here to about here, all the way to the end there is concrete. And then the rest is just like the dirt that was leveled out. This used to just be rock. All the rock is over there now. So we cleared this area up and put the fence up, which we actually, like, before the fence went in, we had like some of the posts in. And then we went to go look at Sunny, and then we're like, okay, we have to get the barn done because we already had like the door in. And one of the very first things that we actually put in was the gate, which was like such a big thing for me. And then we put mats in and like, oh my goodness, like I just remember being so excited because my mom says as soon as I could say horse, I wanted a horse. But yeah, I was like, even though I didn't have like a lot of tack because we got a lot of none of this is tack that I have, like the bridles was anything that I got with her. I have like her halter that she came with, and this leader up actually, or no, this one, this green one she came with. But I got like a couple of those nylon bridles with that bit, and then with her, and then we bought saddles. I bought that saddle a few days afterwards, and we did get a Western saddle pad with her, but that one's really old and faded now, and it's in storage. And then my instructor gave me the English saddle. But yeah, I ended up getting a lot of tack after, so this spot was very bare, and then I ended up getting a tack box from him, and so I have a couple brushes that I got with her, like the guy that owned him, but like, yeah, this barn just kind of came together, and it was just so, like, I was so excited about it. I had my friend come over the night we were gonna pick her up, and then like my brother-in-law and stuff, we came and started putting the fence together the night before, but then the little pieces that are in the wooden posts, they weren't fitting, so we had to like rush the next day, get them and put them in, and then that night we went and we got Sunny. I have to charge my phone. But so like with the bones of the barn, I got a lot of help, but a lot of it I also had to put together on my own. So I got help putting the cross ties in, which was my idea. We actually went to an old farm sale, like the guy was retiring or moving out or something. He was moving, I know that. And so we got like a bunch of stuff from him, and so like I got my wheelbarrow from him, my little wheelbarrow. And you guys are not gonna stay up here, I don't think. Okay. Trying to balance because I need to charge my phone. Live stream sucked the battery life out of my phone. I don't know why. Do you guys get that? Because I get that. But yeah, my very cranky uncle helped put the barn together, and so I'm gonna grab a broom a sec. Yeah, my friend came over the night. We like everything was like pretty much done. My dad helped me put some of these initial nails in for the tack, and I got the sawhorses from the farm sale. I also got the red pitchfork from the farm sale, and my wheelbarrow. I got my wheelbarrow for like $25, and I also got the feed bucket. And at first I kept my grain in a garbage can, so I also got a garbage can from him at the sale thing. Well, actually my brother-in-law gave it to me because they didn't need it. Well, maybe we bought it. I don't remember. But yeah, I just remember like everything coming together, and I told my friend, because definitely this has changed, but I told my friend, like, she knows I don't cry over things very easily. Like, we watched Titanic and she's just bawling her eyes out, and I'm just like, la la la. But so it's kind of known that I don't really cry over things easily. But now I'm watching the show Grey's Anatomy, and I nearly cry at the sad parts. But anyways, I just remember like she came over and she was so excited. I remember how I told her too. I was like, we went to go look at her, and I actually called her, like I was texting her on our way home from looking at Sunny, and then a week later we ended up going to get her because we didn't expect to find her so soon. And then that's when we kind of were all like, all right, we got to get the barn done. And surely enough, the next day we got over the next time we got it done. And my friend came over, and I had called her the next day after looking at her, and it was so hard not to tell her everything. I managed, it was hard, but I managed not to spill a word. I waited until she came over, and I texted her before she came, and I was like, hey, I need your help practicing for a play thing for school. And basically how it went is I posted the video with her reaction on my channel. It's probably almost 2 years old. Yeah, it should almost be like 2 years old. But I had her come over, and then I told her, I was like, I think this was the night we went to get her. Her mom knew all about it. And so I wanted to make sure that Hallie could come. So that's why I had to ask her mom and make sure that it was okay, that she could come. And so she came, and she kind of was a little suspicious about it, but she didn't actually really know, because I never said anything. She just kind of said it one time because she brought her dog that day for a quick play date with our puppy. But she ended up, sorry, I'm blanking on what I was going to say. So she's like, oh, you got a horse, or she said something about, she knew I had, or no, I don't think, oh, I might have told her that I had a surprise for her. But anyways, I told her that she had to help me with a play, and basically, oh, how did it go? I was like, basically how the lines were, which this was just made up. My line was, I was supposed to be like the snobby girl that buys a bunch of stuff, and she's really rude to her friends and family, and her friends and family keep telling her that you can't buy all this unnecessary stuff and brag about it and blah, blah, blah. So my line was, I went like, I'm back from shopping. And then she's like, oh, great. Like, my friend's line was, oh, great. What did you buy this time? And then I was like, and then on the paper that I gave her, I wrote more lines out, and I wrote like a bunch of random stuff that I didn't, like clothes and random things that obviously that was not what I was going to say. So instead of saying those lines, I told her, I said, I bought a horse. And her face was hilarious, like best reaction of all time. If I could go back and relive that moment, I would. But her and I, we came over here and we set up the barn. I remember we got the trough, we put the trough where we wanted it, filled it up, and then we got baling twine, which now it's a leather strap, but I got baling twine for the hay net. We got hay later that night, or maybe this wasn't the same day. I don't remember. I want to say it was, but I don't actually remember if it was the same day we went and got Sunny, or if I had told her and then a couple days later we went and got her. But I just remember coming over here. We were getting everything set up. I know she was there the night that we got her. And I remember we put sawdust in there. I sent a picture to my instructor. I was like, is this enough sawdust? Which it was plenty. Or actually, maybe I didn't send a picture. No, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I did, but I know she didn't know, like she probably knew she knew I was looking for a horse and getting ready to get a horse, but I don't think she knew that I actually found one, because I had asked her to go look at Sunny with me, but that night that we were going to look at Sunny didn't work for her. But I also didn't tell her that I actually bought her. So she didn't know until she was coming to my house to get Jam and look at some kittens a couple days later, because we brought Sunny home on a Thursday night, and then my instructor was coming on Saturday. Yeah, she was coming on Saturday. So, I just remember, like, Hallie came over and we were putting the barn together. We were putting the barn together, and, like, I got Sunny a halter. Like, as soon as I knew I was getting her, I bought her a halter. And we just kind of were starting to set up the barn, and, like, we got the stall ready. We got everything that she needed filled up, because she had her trough outside, but we also kept a little blue bucket of water in this corner in the stall, so that way she had plenty of access to water, like anywhere she was. And so she got her water. Made sure she had access to water. And so, like, it was just such I didn't cry, but it was just a very emotional moment, because it's like, I'm getting my first horse. Like, I always dreamed of this moment, and now it's finally happening, and I was just, like, so excited about it. And then it was finally happening. And so I was very, very excited. And we went and got Sunny. We brought her home, and I just remember following the trailer, behind the trailer that had her in it, and I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe that's my horse in there. Like, she's actually mine. Because I saved up for her. Technically, she's my mom's yet, because my mom didn't transfer the money over, even though it's been like 2 years. And she won't tell me if she will, so I'm a little annoyed with that. But, like, it's just, I'm so happy that I finally got my first horse. Oh my goodness, this dust. This is bad. Cobwebs galore. But yeah, it was just a very emotional day, and I remember waking up the next day and thinking that it was a dream. I didn't have school, and I came over here to feed her, and I was like, oh, this is like the best day ever. And it was so hard for me not to tell my instructor that I got a horse, and I really wanted her to meet her. And so, actually, no, this was the day she went to pick up her kitten. She was coming to pick up her kitten, I remember now. But anyways, I had a plan to surprise my instructor about, to surprise my instructor, because obviously she didn't know that I had gotten one. And so, I had such a great plan, and it kind of flopped on me, but it was fine. But we were supposed to have a renter of ours, because she had a saddle that she was pretty sure would fit Sunny, because Sunny is gaited. And so that's the saddle over there, my western one. And so she obviously needed like a special saddle. And so we're like, okay, she's gonna need like a treeless saddle or whatever. And then my mom was talking to the renter, and the renter's like, I have a saddle, it's not treeless, but I'm like pretty confident it'll fit her. And it did. And so we got the saddle, but she was supposed to come to see if it would fit that Friday, and then my instructor was obviously coming Saturday morning. And I just remember I was like, she wasn't able to come that Friday, and I was like, to see if the saddle fit, and I was like, oh my goodness, she's not gonna come in time. And like, what am I gonna do if I don't have a saddle? Like, I need to ride her down to like the house because Sunny stays over here, but where I live is like a mile down a path that we have connecting the properties. And so I was like, oh great, like what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna get the saddle in time. And then I was like, you know what, I'll just ride bareback down there if I have to. And so after she was able to come Saturday, and then when it worked out at first because my instructor's like, oh, I'll just come a little bit later. Or like, can I come a little, she asked if she could come a little bit later to get the kitty because she had to run some errands. But then like, so that's what she had asked earlier that morning, like Saturday morning, or maybe even Friday night. So I'm like, okay, that works perfectly because the renter with the saddle can come check the saddle and then like if it fits, I can ride her down, and if it doesn't fit, then I'll just walk her or ride her bareback or something like that. So that was the plan. And so we get in the car to go meet the person here that has the saddle. And my instructor had texted me, can we actually come the original time that you said would work? And I just remember I was like, well, I can't say no now, otherwise she's gonna know something's up. So then I was like, sure. And we kind of rushed our renter, the lady with the saddle, a little bit, which we felt really bad about, but like she gave me some tips. Everything was all good. We made it to the house before my instructor, and like my plan was, she always pulled up behind my mom. And so we were like, okay, if we put her by the swing set, she won't see Sunny because she'll go park behind my mom like she always does. And so we were like, perfect. And so we're waiting, and I need to use the bathroom, or I think I had to get a drink of water. So I went to go get a drink of water, and as I'm about to come back out, my mom calls my name, and I look over, and my instructor's standing next to my mom talking to her because my mom was holding Sunny. And she just like, my mom just goes, my mom said that when she pulled in, my mom looked at her and she looked at my mom, and my mom went like this, and then my instructor went like this. But yeah, she really liked Sunny. She was like, oh, Sunny's such a nice horse, and she still thinks Sunny's a great horse. Because Sunny is a great horse. She's an amazing horse, actually. Okay, I've gotten a good amount of the dust down. I just have a few cobwebs in the corner that I have to get. Trying to dig out some more of this dust here that I don't want. Like, I have been so scared to touch any of this because I don't want to mess anything up, but it really needs to get better. But like, I'm not gonna be able to get the ceiling because that's way too high up for me. But I'm gonna work on dusting this wall here. And I'm making good progress. I'm now gonna, because I'm pretty happy with how I got everything dusted. And if you were wondering, yes, I am stalling on flipping these mats up and cleaning under them, because when I say that is not a fun job, I mean that is not a fun job. Like, I wouldn't wish that job on anyone. But it's got to get done once in a while. I do it like once a year, so gotta get it done. But right now I'm just sweeping all the shavings away from the edges because I want to save as much as I can. And there's not enough shavings in here. I purposefully didn't give her as much last night because I didn't want to have to take out too many of the shavings in case. I just didn't want to have to deal with that. But I also really need to clean my tack. I've been away. My plan with the walls is just to take the scrub brush and like scrub them a little bit, because like I'm gonna scrub the yellow thing a little better, and then like scrub them with a little bit of soap, and then I'll just rinse them off a little bit. And I'm hoping that that'll keep everything from getting too wet, hopefully, because I don't want to deal with a very wet barn. I might just actually scrub the walls and see how they look after that. But ideally. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't imagine how that would feel. Like, I would feel awful if that happened. I'm so sorry. You can tell me about him if you want. I don't know if you want to, though. Some people like talking about it and other people don't. I'm one of the people that don't like talking about something that happened to me like that. But if you want to, you can. I will listen while I do this tedious job. Okay. I'm going to scrub the gate. Not with water. That's so sad. I am so sorry. Hopefully it doesn't fall. I'm so sorry that happened. That is really sad. Sorry, this is kind of noisy. When she eats, she slobbers all over the gate. Phoenix edit. This stuff has to. For the inner side, which is not going to be fun. This one. Okay, I got most of the food off the gate. Progress. That's all I will say. It is progress. It's there in case I need them. Okay, now I have to do the part that I've been dreading because I really need to give it time to air out. exhaust into the thing so that I can clean that. Okay, all the shavings that I could get. I'm gonna take this out so it's not in my way. Just saying it. But I don't want it in my way. So. Okay. I'm gonna put the broom away and then I'm gonna grab some gloves because this is a very dirty job and hard because these mats are extremely heavy and very heavy. Then I have to decide which mat I want to do first. I think I'm gonna do this side first. Then I'm gonna do the other side. Okay. I'm gonna find the other shovel because there's a honeybee on my coat and I know they don't really do any harm, but I don't want to take the chance of making it angry because I got stung right here a couple weeks ago and my face swelled up like a balloon and it was so incredibly painful I couldn't even eat. It was awful. It was so hard to eat. I ended up skipping dinner because it was so bad. So I'm gonna find the other shovel. I think I'm going to end the live because this is going to take me a long time and I'm not going to really be doing anything exciting. And I quite frankly don't actually think I want to have you guys see me struggle so much, because I will struggle a lot. These mats are so heavy. So I think I'm going to end it. Thank you for those that watched. Bye.